Hey you guys, I abandoned you today. I had a crazy schedule. I forgot that I attended an event in the morning. So I totally didn't go live in the morning like I promised. I hope it wasn't too terrible. I hope you survived, but I'm here now and we will have about 40 minutes to go together. Hey Trina, tell me, is that your name, Trina? Where are you from? Where are you joining from? I kind of abandoned you guys this morning because usually I go live from like 9:30 to 10 a.m. and I wasn't there because I forgot that I was attending an event for female founders because I have a startup right now where I'm building a community for us to heal through storytelling. So I totally fucked up. I forgot to tell you about it yesterday. Hopefully you didn't miss me in the morning, but we're here now. I'm a little late. Gonna probably do another 40 minutes or so before I like conk out. Hopefully the video that I posted was helpful. You asked for it. It was, about brain fog. What do you do when you freeze up? Frankly, for me, it was a tough road to go back into that. I've forgotten what it's like to feel like when you don't feel yourself and you freeze up and you don't know what the fuck to do. So tell me where you're at right now. How are you feeling? What's going on? And I can, tell you how I got out of this shit. Or I can also tell you how daily writing, when I'm writing my story and I'm writing my thriller right now, it keeps me sane. And in my thriller, by the way, I constantly get back at my abusers. And I kid you not, it's the best fucking therapy there is. Like if you imagine the person you're really angry at and you go and just like do things to them and then eventually you kill them, it's awesome. Like there's a saying about writers, don't piss off a writer because they might kill you in the story. And that's very true. So this is why, I'm so happy always and smiling because when shit happens, usually I just write it out into a story and I'm done. Or the person who's upsetting me. So, so was that useful? Yay or nay? Did you guys watch that video about brain fog? Because for me, I don't even remember what it was like since my healing journey has been now about 12 years. And it was a long time ago when I was in the complete brain fog. Like I couldn't focus. I didn't even feel like getting out of bed. Or if I got out of bed, I wasn't sure where to go. Like I'd forget where the bathroom is. Or I think it's gotten once to the point where somebody asked me when my birthday was or my daughter's birthday. And I blanked out. I completely couldn't tell people what the fuck that was. So it just gives you this idea of what, if you're a childhood abuse survivor, or if you've experienced something like that, like complete lapses in memory, or just being totally stumped as like, I don't know where I'm at, where I'm going. Likely something happened to you and you have to go and dig. Oh, hey there, March. Yeah, good to see you. I fucked up, you guys. I didn't show up for my morning live. I promised you and then I forgot. So my schedule is crazy sometimes. Hopefully it wasn't too terrible because I know I promised you to come in the morning, but I was at this event, all-day event for female founders of startups, and I couldn't leave. So I kind of made the video for you really fast. Oh, did you see one of you did the screams, the tantrum? Did you see the other? I made the duet. That was so, hey HN490. If you tell me your name, I'll try to remember it next time. So tell me who is feeling what. What shit happened to whom? What are you doing about it? Let's talk about it. Let's kind of talk it out into a story because this is how we used to heal as society before, we kind of destroyed communities. Sitting around the fire, telling tall tales, right? You're okay. Yeah, thank you. B. Oh, I like that name. B. Is that how you pronounce it? Thank you, Rihanna. You're a beautiful human. We're all beautiful humans here, okay? So hopefully it was helpful. Hit me up. What do you guys want to do tomorrow? Or what do you want me to post the video about tomorrow? Hey, Shimi Polkaroo. Yay. Okay, trick question. I can't remember your name. Man. I think maybe I do, maybe. I'm trying to keep all of you guys' names together. Anyway. The good news is you asked for group Zoom, and I'm gonna do my first group Zoom. It was a sham. I started with okay? I've been feeling guilty for past mistakes from 3 years ago. I think about them every day. Yeah, guilt is a bitch. Like, that is really, really difficult. Hang on. Any advice on taking life one day at a time? I feel so stressed about having everything figured out. Yeah. Oh, Christine. No, I don't think you told me your name. Okay, Christine, nice to meet you. I have such a hard time with my mom due to past experiences. I feel guilty. Okay, sure. Yeah. Oh, it's not. No, it's not B. Okay. Well, don't laugh at me. Tell me what your name is. So guilt is kind of a, hi everyone. Hey, Void. Hey, I remember you. Do you guys remember how we slammed Void BBX with, wait, Void, what was your name? I forgot. Diana. Hey, I remember. Do you remember we all slammed Diana with love? Okay, let's do this again. Let's all say to Void BBX MP, you're not alone and we'll love you. Because Diana felt very, very lonely yesterday. So be by girl Beck says, I also feel guilty for removing my toxic parents. Okay. Oh, how is my voice? It's a little better. I didn't talk as much today. Yeah, Diana, right on. Okay, guilt. That's a really good one. So, you know what's fucked up is that you get hurt by your parents and then you feel guilty. It's like it's your fault somehow. So let's unpack that. The way I did it, because I've written books, I've unpacked it in my books to understand, like, why the fuck would I feel guilty, right? For my parents hurting me, why am I guilty? And so I'll tell you where it's coming from. When you're a kid, your mom and your dad, or anybody, hey, thank you for love from Dubai. I love you back very much. So you depend on your parents for survival, okay? So if they hurt you in any way, for you as a child, it literally means life or death. And try to remember right now, when you were 3, 4, or 5, just all think at the moment to that time when you, I don't know, stole a cookie, broke a cup, or did something else for which you were punished or like yelled at or something. That was the moment when you thought, I did something wrong. Didn't you? Yeah? Oh, hey, love from Mexico. I love you right back. Raise your hand, right? So why? Because you were dependent on your parents. And so there is nobody else. Or let's say, if it's not your parents, let's say you didn't grow up with your parents or just one parent or parental figure, I don't know, aunt, uncle, grandma, whatever. That person holds your life in their hands. And when you're a little kid, like 5, there's no way you can get a job and get out. When you get like 10, 11, 12, it's kind of not as scary. But when you're this little and when you do something bad in the eyes of the parent or the caregiver and they yell at you, hey, from Southern California, they yell at you or beat you or, violate you or do something horrible to you, guess what you think as a kid? I need to do better. You know why you think that? Because if they kick you out of the house, you're dead. Like, it is really life or death situation. There's no food out there. You can't get a job. You can't survive as such a kid. Hey, hello, wave back to you. So you think you did something wrong. And then you think that you need to fix it. You need to get better. So you shut up, so you stop crying, you start cleaning up, you try really hard, but you can't because you're a kid and, you got to make mistakes. This is how we learn. Actually, that's another thing that pisses me off in our society is that we look down upon mistakes. It's like, oh my God, you made a mistake. Well, you know what? If you walked like for the first time in your life, how many times did you fall on your butt? You're walking right now, aren't you? You didn't give up. You learned on mistakes. But then all of a sudden, if you're an adult, you make a mistake. It's somehow bad. So back to the topic of guilt. Do you get that? When you've been hurt as a kid, you carried that guilt into adulthood. You did nothing wrong. You're not a kid anymore, but you feel guilty. And you can't fucking understand why. You can't let go. Okay? So the way I found that worked for me, because I've been through multiple therapists and all that bullshit and it didn't work, is I had to go back into that age, find why I was feeling guilty, then find who did to me what, and then write it out. So as I have the stack of my books here for you for every night, like, okay, this is my health right here. I had to go and fantasize and remember, or if I couldn't remember, imagine it, and then through imagining it, listening to my body, because the body never lies. That's the book I recommended to you, remember? The Body Never Lies, and The Body Keeps the Score. These two, and they'll explain to you that you store all your trauma in the body, inner child work, exactly. So that is how you can get rid of guilt. Like, there is no other way. Pills won't work. Putting a, fucking Band-Aid on it won't work, because that's what pills are. And that's why we are in the middle of mental health epidemic, is because we go to doctors, and what do? They're like, here, let me fix you. Which is like, but that's not helping me deal with the root cause. What's the root cause? Oh, okay, well, let's go for fucking years for therapy. And we're gonna take your money, like $150 per session. And by the way, if you don't have medical insurance, you're screwed, because you can't afford a therapist. Or, by the way, you can't find a therapist who's convenient for you because you're not living in the area, or your insurance doesn't, like, by the time you jump through all these hoops, you're like, fuck you, like, I gotta live, like, I have kids, I have to put food on the table, I have bills to take care of, like, I can't afford this shit, And so what do? Self-medicate, drink, or, go into depression, that's what we're talking here about. Guilt and shame. Yeah, so let me scroll up, because I've seen a bunch of comments. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're so welcome, Leak Sturts. If you tell me what your name is. Opinion on anxiety medication. CBT hasn't been doing much for me, but I'm scared of side effects. Really, how can I remember what happened? I can't whatsoever. Same here, I didn't remember. Guilt and shame is something you need to get back in the moment it started. Yeah, exactly. So here's my opinion on medications. You know what? You do you. Like, for me, I was diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, PTSD, insomnia, I had all kinds of side effects. I also had like chronic illness in my body. So I was like on all kinds of pills. And then I had on top of that pills for side effects from the pills. But you know what? For a certain moment in my life, I needed it, because I was divorcing from my husband. I was a single mom. Then I lost my job, and like, I had to hold my shit together. So if not for pills, I would have, I don't know. It would have been probably really bad. So please do what you need to do. Okay. Getting off the pills for me was a pretty long journey. Now I'm not on any pills. I sleep like a baby. Like, I'm feeling better now that I felt 10 years ago. So this is what I think. I just think that, first of all, nobody has any business to tell you what you need or don't need, not even doctors. I so hate it when, there's some specialist or some guru and they tell you, oh, here's how to fix your body. But they don't know your history. Like, they don't know how your mind connected to your body. And this is where our medicine is fucked up, is because we're treating it separately. Like, oh, here's your head. Oh, we think you have a mental health disorder. Why don't you try this pill? And then you go to the other doctor. He goes, oh, you have back pain? Okay, let me give you this pill. And so you go to these multiple people. None of them care. None of them know your entire history. And it's like, how is our mind separated from my body? Excuse me? Do you hear that? Knock, knock, knock. What is that? That is a skull. What's inside? My brain. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's my mind. So I'm sorry, does it live somewhere else? Like, how do you treat my brain differently from my body? I don't get it. So fuck the pills in that scenario. You see what I mean? Because whatever pills you're being given, it is not treating you as a whole human being. However, do what works for you. Like, don't listen to me or anybody else. You know better. And that is another thing that pisses me off, is people just go and tell you what to do with your body or with your mind. You know what? It's none of your fucking business. It's my life and my body and my mind. Get out. So in this way, scrolling back, that was a lot of my talking. I hope I answered your question on my opinion on pills. It does not matter what my opinion is. Honestly, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a fellow survivor. I think what matters is your opinion on pills. Do you think it helps you? Great, do it. Do you have a gut feeling that you shouldn't do it? Then don't do it. Like, learn to trust your gut. Okay, this is the best service you can do for you, your mind, and your body, is stop listening to all the bullshit, cut out all the noise, and learn to trust what your body is telling you. Because guess what? Your body knows better. Like, turn off your noggin and just listen to your gut. Let me scroll back up. Medication made me feel like a zombie. Yes, I've been there. For me, to make any kind of progress, I had to take my OCD meds. Agreed. I was on Strattera and Ritalin, or I forgot even the names of them, of all the ADD meds. How do you remember something traumatic happened to you that you made yourself forget? Can talk about that as well, because that took me years. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope that I broke the cycle, and my kids do tell me that I'm a good mom, and I love them to death. Make sure to ask all the questions. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a big industry in America. You know, the pills and insurance companies, it's just not even, I mean, it's really sad. Oh, how do you remember something traumatic in the middle of so much going to yeah. So so there's so many of us survivors, and again, this is how I remembered. And I mean, all of our paths are different. I'm here, hopefully I'm going to teach you guys what I did, which I wrote myself to wellness. Literally, I wrote myself to my health. These are my books. This is how I remembered, because it took me several years it took me 5 years to write this one. You know, this one took 6 months. This one took a year. This one took another year. So all of these books, I had to sit with myself every day and go back down into the shit that happened and pull it out, because I can't remember still. I remember pieces, and I pieced it together from family history, from medical records, from, like, I was hospitalized with bloody diarrhea. I had to have a blood transfusion because I wasn't being fed, so I was dying from being too thin. You know, like ugly stuff like that, right? I pieced it together, and then, like, you know, like a private detective, pretty much. And then I would write it into books, and I filled up the rest of the pieces. If you would imagine your memory as a line, you know, like you would have blind spots, okay? So I filled up the blind spots with fantasy. Something in my mouth. Does it make sense? So the stuff that I could not remember, I imagined, and guess what? My body was right. Even though I imagined it not exactly what happened, like it was... most of my books were kind of magical realism horror books, right? Ghost stories and stuff like that. But the pattern was real. Do you follow? So the pattern was, I was afraid of bathrooms. I was afraid of the dark. I hate beds. There's certain textures of certain bedding that it throws my whole body freezes up. So that's how I remember it. Okay. So I was abused in the bathroom. Okay, I was abused in the bed. Okay, it was dark. Okay, it was in the public bathroom too. And it's just, this is how I learned to listen to my body and to finally, piece by piece, remember, meaning I'll never fully remember, because every time I try to go in there, I had special sessions. I would go into such severe panic attacks that I can't. Like, if any of you go back a few videos and you watch my video on how I confronted my father, go look for the video. It says how to confront your abuser. That morning when I made that video, for half a day, I was shaking and I nearly had a panic attack just from making that video, and I forgot what it's like. So I'm telling you, you don't need to go back there to remember. You don't need to re-traumatize you. That's why I don't like the way therapy works, is because you can literally re-traumatize yourself. If you go into the session, you're like, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to go back and remember. Like, I don't want to remember, right? But this shit works, because you're not writing about yourself. You're writing about a character in the story. On top of that, you produce content and people pay you for it. So you can do this to your abusers. Say, you know what? I'm going to make money now on all the shit you did to me, and there's nothing you can do. Goodbye. Like, this is the best revenge you can get. Get healthy. Never remember about them. Frankly, these people do not deserve a single minute of your life. Don't even think about them. No. You don't even, like, wipe them out of your brain, okay? They have no business being there. Oh, do you like EMDR? I did try EMDR. It worked on me somewhat, but even hypnosis didn't work on me, so I stopped. I might revisit it again. Guys, I'm not, like, fully 100% there. I might try to go revisit my memories again. It's just that I'm not, like, I try and it's bad. And I try and it's bad. So I'm in such a good place right now that I don't know if I'll ever go there, frankly. Let me go scroll up. Thank you, Yanni, or Yanni 3288. Yes, thank you. My books literally saved me. I don't even take psych meds. I have fibromyalgia. Yeah, God, I'm so sorry. That must absolutely suck. I have a few friends with fibromyalgia, and my heart goes out to you. With therapy and journaling, memories start coming back. Yes, yes, yes. If you want to join my community, I'm building a community. It's called Emberville. It's here on TikTok. Visit Emberville, but it's also in my bio. A few of you already joined. This is what we do is it's like social storytelling, which is a new term, kind of like social media, but it's social storytelling. So we tell each other stories in there, and we write them down and read them aloud, and we heal together. Basically kind of like what we do here, except we're all on video, and we actually write stories, and then, later on, if you want to, you can publish them. And this is how you can do this to your abusers, right? Yeah, the doctors can't tell if it's chemical, situational. Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless they, oh, thank you, Guo. Unless they know, who the fuck knows? Thank you, HN490. Was that Christine? Was that you? Or maybe that was another Christine. Shit. I can't remember. Trauma response is a big, yes, exactly. Thank you, Lee Sturts. Yeah, totally. If you want to get my books, let me know. If you get them on my website, I'll sign them for you. You can also get them on Amazon, or you can even ask your local library and they'll get it to you. Let's see. You're very welcome, Guo. I relate to you so heavily. I have OCD. Yep. Yeah. Frenchie baby. OCD, I mean, whatever. I've had it all. I think I was diagnosed with most of the shit you could be diagnosed with. Let's see. Oh, wow. I scrolled through all the comments. So what do you guys want me to make the video about tomorrow? I know guilt seems to be like a big thing, or at least tonight we talked about guilt a lot. Yeah, and please do talk to each other. Like if you see a comment and you can help, the whole point in here that we're going to help each other with storytelling and you feel safe to tell your story. This is what social storytelling is. I mean, and I'm building a company based on this concept to just kind of change the world. Join me, okay? We've got to let the world know our stories. We've got to flood the world with our stories because everybody turns away. I mean, try going to a party and people go, hey, how are you? You're like, oh, so yesterday I remembered that my father sexually abused me and I had a panic attack. How are you? Like, you can imagine, right? It's going to be dead silent and the person will be like, whoa, goodbye. They will just walk away from you. It's like, well, how can you even share this shit? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody listens. Nobody wants to know. And that's why we're silent. So fiction is like, it's like a sugar coating to the bitter pill, right? I mean, everybody loves Harry Potter. Do you know that Harry Potter is about depression? This is what the book is about, really. It's about depression. It was written originally, way back before J.K. Rowling became who she is today, by a single mom, poor, on the brink of like breakdown, not knowing what the fuck to do anymore. And she was writing before that for 20 plus years. So it's not like overnight success everybody thinks about. But we all love the story. And who the fuck is that? That's a fictional character. He's not even real. Why don't you care for your friends the same way, or for your neighbor, or for your brother or sister or your friend? No, we don't, because we really love caring for ourselves, because we're all selfish. I mean, which is normal, by the way, because it's survival. We really have to watch out for ourselves. That is why fiction works, because if you write it about, I don't know, let's say your mom is narcissistic, right? And she's abusing you. She's been abusing you since you were a kid. If you write a story about you fighting a vampire and you drive a stake through her heart, everybody's going to read it and go, whoa, holy shit, I didn't know you were a writer. This is a good story, really. What gave you the inspiration? Then you can smile and go, maybe you don't want to know. But maybe they'll be open to hearing a true story. You'll be like, well, actually it is inspired by my mom, who's like a fucking vampire. And be like, whoa, tell me more. What just happened? You just made someone listen to your real story. Do you see? So fiction is like this magical icebreaker. And that's why I started my company right now in community, because this is what I discovered is I got public validation. This shit, people tell me, wow, I love your book. I'm like, really? Well, this is actually about incest. This is about my father sexually abusing me and me confronting him. You don't want to listen about that, do you? No. Thank you, Frenchie baby. But hell, you're going to buy my book and you're going to read it. I got you. I got you, motherfucker. I got you. So do you see? That is the power. Because now, hey daddy, guess what? All the shit you did to me, I'm making money on it now. So this is why this is so powerful, writing a story. But hold on, I've been like yucking so much, and there's so many comments. My memories are always on repeat. Go back. Yeah, I would have one repeating memory over and over and over again. It would drive me crazy. Anybody who has the same thing, please reply to Frenchie Baby about the repeating memories, because fuck, that really, really, really sucks. I had even worse. Like I had a repeating nightmare. Anybody here? Repeating nightmare? Over and over and over again. Like it was, I was terrified of going to sleep. That's why I couldn't sleep. I just didn't want to close my eyes, okay? It would repeat, and it would change a little, and it would right now, you know what I have? My body, my skin, like I got goosebumps, like I have a reaction because I remembered my nightmare. I haven't thought about it in many, many years. Yep, yes, yeah, I see a lot of yeses. So fuck that shit. Write it into a story. You know, that repeating nightmare. So I am, Denny says, you're truly helping me. Thank you so much. You feel heard and understood. All of you here, I love you all. I see you. I hear you. You're enough. And fuck all those people who don't get you. Don't have any contact with them. That's what we're doing here for each other. So please, if you see anybody's comments and anybody says I'm lonely, talk to these people and say, hey, no, you're not lonely anymore. We got each other. Like we're building our own community here that's safe, our own family. We're building something that's better than family. You know, it's like the family or the people who understand you. You've never had that. Like I'm talking to you guys. You understand me like my family probably never will. I love you all to death for that. Do you know what that means to me? It's the same that it means to you. I can tell you, like I freeze up. I used to freeze up a lot, you know, during sex, because I was just like, I'm just a piece of wood. Here, have my body. And you get it, right? Raise hands. I don't have to explain to you what that feels like. Let me see if I got any raised hands. Yeah. Yep, same. So, hold on, scroll up. My stepmom said she can't trust me and she's sick of me because we're... That's a fucked up thing to say. I'm really sorry. So literally, Cheryl, write your stepmom into a story and do to your stepmom whatever you want to do to her in there. Or tell her exactly how you feel about this. Painting works too. Yeah, absolutely. So here's the reason though why writing is more powerful than writing music, painting pictures, drawing, doing photography. Writing is the only tool that puts your story into a shape that you can put in the past. Writing gives you beginning, middle, and end. Do you see? When it's starting, if you're doing music, you're still not revisiting as a complete story, because when you put it on paper, it's a complete story. That is when you can take it out of your body, look at it, logically remember, quote unquote, meaning now you remember about it, not it itself, but what you wrote about it. And that allows you to put it in the past where it belongs. And that's how PTSD works. Do you know why you have PTSD? Because you're in the now. Your body thinks it's happening to me right now, right now, right now, right now. There's no past. Like whatever shit happened to you, it happens to you right now, right now. So that is why writing is so powerful. Because, you know, I also painted and I drew and I wrote poetry, and none of it helped as this did. This is why I'm so excited about it, and I want to share it with you guys, because this shit works. Let me scroll back up. I've never really been able to go through. So what is this SECK? I have no idea what that is, guys. If somebody wants to explain to me. Question, are you a therapist or just experienced? Nope, I'm not a therapist. I'm a childhood sexual abuse survivor, or verbal abuse, physical abuse. I've had it all. And I just had to figure out how to fix my life. You know, I had no money for therapy, no insurance, no medical insurance. So I'm building a community right now where none of us are therapists, but we've been through some shit and we figured out a way how to deal with it, and we help each other write it into stories. That's I'm kind of doing it here, and I'm doing it at my community, Emberville, you know, the company that I started. So it's so profound when you have a community of people, when you can come to them and you can tell them what happened, and nobody judges you. Nobody tells you you're wrong. Nobody tells you you're feeling wrong, or you should have, or you or whatever. You know, people just listen and go, I get you. Like, wouldn't that be a miracle if you could just walk into a room full of people and they're like, I get you. I get you. And it's like, that would have been such a relief. But it's just pretty much non-existent right now. That's why I'm building the community, because I'm kind of fed up. I mean, I'm a user. I want to have it. I want to have a community like that. Hold on. How do you identify your abuser if you don't remember who did it to you? Really good question. It took me years. Hold on. What you truly are a light. Oh, I love you, friendship baby. Thank you so much. Have you let go of your anger, forgiven your abusers? I've also been on a healing journey. Right on, Jesse. Yep. You got it. You got it. We're going to do it together. Hold on. So how do you identify? Okay. So my remembering journey began with me only knowing that something was done to my body. At first, I did not even remember that it was of sexual character. It just, my body would lock up, freeze up. I had hot flashes, cold flashes. I had weird reactions to situations like certain beds, bathrooms, darkness, shower running. Like, there were like these weird things that would just lock me up, and I did not really understand what was happening to me. Then I started remembering like it was an animal who came and ate me, which was not a true memory. It was me as a child replacing my father with an animal, because of course he couldn't be. Then I imagined a man, but he was covered with black paint. So it's like literally my brain was trying to block the real identity. And then only after years and multiple panic attacks, 2 years of work, you know, that finally, in the most severe panic attack, I still remember it to this day, I saw the face of that man inside of my head. It just boom. And I was like, oh my God, it was my father. That's how I remembered. So it wasn't just like a light bulb hit me or something, you know? Oh, okay. I'm trying to build a community as well through writing. Yes. Well, come spy on mine and steal all the ideas. First of all, go follow Visit Emberville, which is in my bio. We don't have many followers there on TikTok, but go to my website, check it out, or go and schedule a Zoom call with me one-on-one, and I can talk to you, you know, we can share. Also, you guys, I have a group Zoom this Saturday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. So if you want to participate in that, we still have 3 spots. I capped it at 10 people. If you go follow me on Instagram and send me your name and your email, I'll add you to that. It's like, it's going to be our first experiment to meet as a group of about 10 people. Is forgiveness possible after healing? You know what? Fuck forgiveness if you don't feel it. Like, seriously, you don't need to forget. Like, some days, yeah, you can totally tell me anything. Some days I feel like I've forgiven, and some days I'm back to being angry, and that's okay. And I fucking hate them. I hate them both. My mom and my dad, I hate their guts. I'm so angry that I want to destroy them. I have like this rage, and that's okay. And I didn't think that it was okay, because I was taught, oh my God, you have to forgive. You have to forgive and let go. Like, all of these well-meaning people will tell you that. Bullshit. You know, you can never forgive stuff like that. I mean, maybe you can get to a point, but then you fluctuate back. And so then you feel guilty. Oh, I have to forgive. You don't have to shit. Okay? And anybody tells you that, you know what? They can go and mind their own business. Literally, it's none of their business. So I'm telling you, you don't have to anything. And if anybody tells you you have to something, cut them out of your life. Like, seriously, you're the only one who decides what you have to. If you want to forgive, great, forgive. If you don't want to forgive, then don't. You know, they didn't ask you if you wanted to be abused, did they? Well, they did it. They were adults and they had a choice. They chose. So you can choose too. You can choose to forgive, or you can choose to not give a fuck. And I prefer that, honestly. That keeps you sane, you know? Like, this constant, like, I have to. You don't have to anything. How should a guy date a recovering woman without getting hurt? That is a really good question. Without you getting hurt, or without you hurting a woman who has been through abuse? Do you have to pay? I don't think I have the funds right now. Oh, for my community. Yeah, so we're super safe. Like, you know, so we don't have any free accounts. But if you follow me on Instagram, tell me you're from TikTok, I'll give you a discount. Shh, don't tell anybody. Well, all of you here to try the first month. And then you tell me if you like it or not. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. I'll refund you. Like, you know, it's designed in such a way that it is cheaper than therapy. However, if you don't love it, then we're doing something wrong. Because if you do love it, you'll be like, hey, take my money, right? But if you don't love it, no questions asked. Because I don't believe in hard sells and all that bullshit. It's like, I want to build something that is valuable to you guys. Because I wish I had access to a community like that. It would have been so much cheaper than paying all these therapists, and I got shit out of it, right? And now I want to build a community where it heals you, and it is a fraction of a cost of therapy, because we're not professional therapists. None of us are. We've just been real people who've been through some shit. Hill, I'll give you an example. Do you want to go to the therapist who has never been abused as a child sexually, and you tell them what happened to you, and they tell you professionally what you should do? Or would you rather talk to someone who's been through the same shit you've been? Like, I would choose the other person. I would choose a real human being who gets me versus talking to a professional who only cares, I know, because I'm paying that professional, right? But if I talk to another human being, you know, another woman who's been through the same stuff, it's a completely different deal. And if that woman is 10 years ahead of me in her healing journey, she can help me, hell yeah, I'll go there. So this is what I'm building, this kind of a community. None of us are therapists, but we've just been through some shit. Like, I'm not a therapist. Am I helping you with this? Hallelujah. I love it. That's what I'm here for. So there is 40 of us right now, 41 in our community. No, actually, today 2 people joined, so 43. And that's what we do for each other. We've all been through some shit, and we just help each other. We're not professional therapists. We're just writing this stuff out into stories. Okay, Q, solid digital cell. Can I tell you something? Totally. Yeah, Frenchie baby, just write to me on Instagram, okay? Find me there. Let's see. Oh, okay, back to Hop on Shore. Yes, leak starts. Just tell me that you're from TikTok so I can give you a discount to try. You're very welcome. Peg Leg Meg, is that right? Oh, you read Tube. Okay, yeah. All right, look at that. I have my first of you who finished. You finished it, right? This is a really tough book to read, but it is, you get it, right? You get me. And do you get the cover now? Do you get what's on the cover? Right? You understand that now? Do you know how long it took us to hide this in plain sight? Those of you guys who haven't read it, you won't get the joke, but you'll get it. You'll get it because you read the book. I feel exactly the same way. Pancake Ghoul. My God, I really like Pancake Ghoul. That's such an awesome name. I feel the same way. I don't think I can or will ever forgive my dad. I don't think that's bad. It's not bad at all. Don't forgive him. Like, seriously. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, especially some therapists or professionals. It's none of their business. Like, seriously, they don't know you. They don't know you well enough to recommend to you something that they don't know how it's going to make you feel. If you don't feel like you want to forgive, then don't. And if you doubt or somebody tells you otherwise, come back here and I'll support you, okay? So you're not alone anymore in this. BBY Girlback says, the first time I heard it was okay to not forgive. Hell yeah. I'll tell you 100 times. I'll tell you 100 times over until you remember. Seriously, you don't have to shit. And that's Preach Queen. Yay! Tio. Oh, hi, Ja 3-0, or however you say. Exactly, yeah. Oh, you will kill me. Ari. Am I saying your name right? That's really good, Pancake Goal. If you have, I mean, I really do hope. I love therapists. Therapists are like awesome people. Unfortunately, it just takes so long to find the therapist who matches your pain. There's no way to know. And that's what we're hijacking with my communities. You come in and you find the person who's been through your stuff, and then you can talk about it. You know, that's what's important. Shaylee Terry says, my friend tells me it's better to forgive, but why? They mistreated you. Why should I forgive them? They did wrong, not me. Exactly. So please, all these people, even if it's your friend, all these well-meaning people, everybody please talk to Shaylee Terry and say, you don't have to forgive. You don't have to anything. In fact, you don't owe anything to your abusers. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. okay? They're the ones who hurt you. You did not. So you don't have to forgive them. First of all, you don't have to. Anything. Nothing, okay? You don't. You have no responsibility whatsoever to these people. So drill it into your brain. If you have a hard time remembering, come back to my lives and I'll keep talking to you until I'm blue in the face and you get it. Because it took me many years to get that. Okay? I felt guilty for not forgiving. And I was like, I'm not a good human being. I'm like an awful person. And no, I'm not. I'm a wonderful person. You know what? It wasn't me who hurt me. It was them. So no, you don't have to forgive. Okay, I'm an extremely empathetic person, but you have to make those boundaries too. Agreed. Yes, people think forgiveness will mean you will forget about it. Exactly. You can't forget this shit. You just don't. It stays with you for life. Sorry about the bad news, but this is the bad news. But here's the good news, guys. You are stronger than that shit. And you also will never forget that you've been through it. And that is your superpower. Now that's awesome. Okay? That's the good news. So don't worry about it. Don't worry that you can't forget. It will make you stronger. It's your superpower. Okay? It's a unique experience that you can share with other people and you can help them get better. So no need to forgiveness. Growth and forgiveness is not linear. You do not just have to forgive and move on. Exactly. Forgiveness doesn't equal healing. Exactly. Yeah, there you go. See, you get it. Absolutely. So, hold on. Forgiveness works for some, but not all, and that's okay. Exactly. So can we just all agree that, yeah, we can heal together. Can we just all agree that we can accept each other even if we've forgiven or not? Like, who gives a fuck? I mean, is this what we're here for? No, we're here to support each other, right? If you've forgiven, I love you. Awesome. If you haven't forgiven, I love you. Awesome. I don't care. Okay? Who cares? Whatever works for you. We should create an Instagram group. You know what? I have no clue how to do that. If you tell me how to do it, I'll do it. Yeah, an Instagram group. How do I do that? Is that like well, I mean, I did. I'm gonna have a Zoom group meeting, which I'm gonna try this Saturday, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. So if you on Instagram, if you send me your name and your email, I'm gonna put you in there. But yeah, if you tell me how to do that, we can totally. Oh shit! I'm like, why are my eyes feeling heavy? Okay, so I'm gonna round up. Let's stay another few minutes. Tell me. For tomorrow, what do you want me to make a video about? Is it guilt? Guilt seems to be the topic. Oh, and was the video today helpful on brain fog? You asked me to do brain fog. How was it? Did you like it? Was it helpful? And just start typing. Everybody who's here, just type away. Like, what is it? Guilt and forgiveness. Guilt. It was helpful. Well, thank God. Guilt. Oh, okay. Are we on to guilt train here? How to feel comfortable in your own skin. That's a good one. Oh, it was. Yay, Diana. I'm so happy. I wasn't sure because I was it was a long time since I felt the brain fog. Guilt and shame. Okay, hold on. Guilt and shame, and then comfort, coping with trauma. Comfort in your own skin. Right? By the way, if you ask a question and I don't make a video on it, don't fret. I'm here, not going anywhere, and I'll make another video. Hold on. I'm a male in Saudi Arabia and this sucks right here. I've been abused when I was 10. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is it Jason or Jaso, or how do you want us to say your name? If you want to tell me more of your story, follow me on Instagram, send me a private message there. You can privately share and maybe I can help better. Guilt, Rising Out of a Hell of a Dark Hole by Uncle and some, oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh, Jude, that's a beautiful name. I love Beatles song, Hey Jude, that's the only reference that I have to it. That is tough because, in particular, also because of your gender, I can imagine that you can't even come forward with the story probably at all. Anyway, are we in agreement? Yeah. Oh, hey, everybody follow Diana's example. Right now, JA30H, Jude. Can you please everybody tell Jude, I love you as you are? We all love you as you are. Please, everybody say, let's slam with love, Jude, today. Jude, are you okay with us slamming you with love? Everybody, please, I see there's 20 of you. Everyone, right now, can we send some love to Jude? Because I think Jude needs it right now. There you go. We love you as you are. Jude, do you hear us? We love you as you are. Screw those people who hurt you. You're coming here, okay? And we can help you get better. I mean, that's what this is about. There you go. Look at you, Diana. Awesome. Okay. So, after all, there you go. There you go. Perfect. So, guys, hopefully, does that make you feel better, Jude? I do hope you feel our love. All of our hearts are beating for you right now, okay? So, again, guilt, yeah? About guilt tomorrow? What specifically about guilt? How to overcome guilt? Or why we feel guilt? Or what? Give me a sentence now. So now that we decided there's going to be guilt, give me a sentence with guilt in it. Just write specifically what you're struggling with guilt. Can you do that? Come on, everybody type. Because my eyes, okay, Jude got guilt. Okay, so write a, fuck my, I'm still in my leotard because I just did my ballet. For some reason, my nose is running. Hang on. Let me read it out loud. Why we feel guilt and let it go. Being male doesn't help at all. You're supposed to man up. Yeah, fuck that bullshit. Guilt in regards to self-blame. Hang on. Let me write this down. Self-blame. How to let go. How to let go. Let go of guilt. Self-blame. How to overcome the having feeling of guilt. Okay. So how to let go of guilt. Guilt to even speak about the abuse. Looming. Guilt of removing toxic people. Feeling the guilt because they can't. Why does guilt stop us from moving away from toxic? How to recognize and find good relationships. Guilt for not moving on. Okay. So tell me if I'm correctly hearing you guys. Guilt to can't face any abuser without confronting them. Yeah, shame is what's hold. So, do I get a common theme correctly here, which is basically how to let go of guilt, because guilt is holding you back. Does that sound right? Kind of like in that realm? Yeah? Yay, nay, more ideas before I'm gonna go and conk out of bed? Okay. So how to let go of guilt. So guilt, like it's heavy, right? It's heavy on you. And how do you fucking get it off you? Okay. All right. To those of you who just joined, we're actually wrapping up. I'm asking you what to make a video about tomorrow. So I'm going to make it on guilt. And why do we take responsibility for abuse? Oh, that's brilliant. Why do we feel responsible for abuse? I just talked about it, actually. You came in later, but I talked in the beginning. Why do we feel responsible for abuse? And why do we feel guilt, right? Like, first of all, why do we feel guilty for abuse that was done to us? And second of all, how to let go of that, right? Of that weight. I got that? Did I get that? Yeah? You know what we should do, you guys, before I say goodbye? Can you just pick a random user in here? Anybody in the comments, and can you just tell each other, I love you? I love you as you are. Just go ahead and jump. Just talk to each other. Just send each other love. Just pick someone and just say, hey, I love you as you are. You're perfect. Something like that. Because I want to tell you all, I love you as you are. I love you. I love you. I love you. I know that your parents or your caretakers haven't told you that enough. I know that my boyfriend who lives with me now, every day, multiple times, he tells me, I love you, I love you, I love you. And, you know, he told me by now, I love you, more times than my all family members combined in my entire life. And I kid you not, it's so healing this. So, yeah, everybody, tell everybody, I love you. Follow each other, you know, say I love you. And I think hopefully I won't fuck it up tomorrow and I'll show up for my morning live. If I won't, that means my schedule is crazy. In the evening, it's always better. So if I don't show up in the morning for my live, don't worry, I'm not dead. Well, hopefully I'm not dead. But I'll be here for a night, 9 to 10. And if I have more time, I'll jump in between, and say hello to everybody. I love you all to death. You're all perfect. And you know what? We're going to heal together, okay? So stay safe. Kiss. Bye. Have a good night.